This is the second video on second year integration. The aim here is to integrate fractions using U substitution. So we'll look at something like this. Example 1, x over x minus 3 dx. This is only difficult to integrate because we have to deal with the denominator as a whole, and it is a little more complicated to do that than deal with a simple denominator. So just for contrast, in contrast, x minus 3 over x dx is very simple to integrate because we can break up the numerator in a way that we can't break up the denominator. We can break up the numerator into x and minus 3 separately. So we have 1 minus 3 over x integrated with respect to dx, and then this is just x minus 3 of 3 times ln x plus c. So we need to try to do something like that to the problem here on the left side. To do that, we use a U substitution, and we let U equal x minus 3. That immediately makes the denominator here much easier to deal with. Whenever you do a U substitution, we need to find du dx to give us a way to replace dx. So du dx is equal to 1, therefore du and dx are equal, and dx can be replaced by du. So x over u du. Then we've got this x remaining on the top. If you take the u substitution and add 3 to both sides, u plus 3 equals x. We have a way of rewriting x in terms of u. We've now made this integral just like the integral we considered over here on the left, where the numerator's a little more complicated, but the denominator is very simple, and it will now be fairly straightforward to deal with this integral. So we first break apart the numerator, so we have u over u plus 3 over u du. The integral of 1 plus 3 over u du. 1 integrates to become u, 3 over u becomes 3 ln u plus c, and finally we reinstate x. Remember that u is equal to x minus 3, so we have x minus 3 plus 3 ln of x minus 3 plus c. That's the idea. Okay, move on to a second example. Example 2, the integral of 7x minus 2 over 4x minus 3 cubed. This has the same sort of problem, that the denominator is complicated. So if we can simplify a lot by letting u equal 4x minus 3. We know from the last problem that we're going to have to find du dx, so we should find that right away. Therefore du over 4 is equal to dx, and then we can update the integral. 7x minus 2 over u cubed multiplied by du over 4. Just before replacing x, we'll just take the 4 on the bottom out of the integral so that the integrand is as simple as possible. Then 7x minus 2 needs to be replaced. So we take the substitution and we need to manipulate this to get 7x minus 2. So if we add 3 to both sides, we'll get 4x, and if we divide by 4, we'll get x. And now we can work the other way, multiply both sides by 7. So instead of just a quarter, we've got 7 over 4 times u plus 3 equals 7x. And then it needs to have 2 subtracted from it. The 7 over 4 has been distributed onto the parts here, onto the brackets. And then 7 over 4u plus, so 2 is 8 over 4, so we're subtracting 8 from 21, leaving us with 13 over 4 is equal to 7x minus 2. So we can put that in. So 1/4 of the integral of 7 over 4u plus 13 over 4 all over u cubed du. Everything's in terms of u, so we're quite close to being able to integrate now. Let's take out another factor of 1/4 to make the integral or the integrand easier to deal with. So 7u plus 13 over u cubed du. 1 over 16 on the outside, 1/4 multiplied by 1/4. Then we can get to the stage where we separate the numerator out, as we did with the other problems. So we've got 7 over u divided by u cubed plus 13 over u cubed. One last step before integrating. 7u over u cubed is the same as 7 over u squared, which is 7 multiplied by u to the minus 2. And then the same sort of thing for 13 over u cubed is 13 u to the minus 3. You can integrate, so 7u to the power of minus 1 divided by minus 1. 13u to the power of minus 2 divided by minus 2 plus c. So if we distribute this out, it becomes minus 7u to the minus 1 over 16 plus, not plus, minus 13u to the power of minus 2 over 32 plus c, and then just reinstate u. So u is equal to 4x minus 3 minus 7 over 16 times by 4x minus 3 to the power of minus 1 minus 13 over 32 times by 4x minus 3 to the power of minus 2 plus c. That's the answer.